What is up, YouTube? My name is Eric and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel is all about mental health, mental illness, suicide awareness, sobriety, having a little bit of fun. This video here, I'm going to talk about the benefits of a fidget spinner, especially if you're ADHD or you have anxiety, why these help, and what I actually use. If you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button, click the like and subscribe button. Love to have you along for the journey. What is up, YouTube? My name is Eric, and I want to share with you one of the tools that I use to help with my anxiety, especially my ADHD. I was diagnosed ADD at an early age, right around 14. Later on in life, I was diagnosed ADHD. And even though I take Adderall and I take a lot of different things and have a lot of different coping mechanisms out there that really help me function as a human being throughout the day, one of them that I do use is a fidget spinner. And down below, I have in the description a bunch of affiliate links of different tools that I use to actually make it through the day. Wanted to talk about this, though. It is a Tranium, I think I said it right, fidget spinner. And I use these on a daily basis. Not because they were a fad. When they were a fad and they came out, I was like, dude, these are pretty cool. They're fun to play with. But one of the things that I noticed that they did is they helped me do multiple things at the same time. One of the things I learned being ADHD is I feel like I always have to be doing something. I always have to be active. I always have to be moving around. So if I can move around in one place, essentially, I can get a lot done then. Instead of getting lost in my head, getting trapped in my head, trying to get my to-do list done, I can sit and actually play with one of these and focus on this when I need that little bit of a break and escape from the day. I've always went with dark colors whenever it came to a fidget cube, fidget spinners. And the reason I went with dark colors, there's a ton of different fidget spinners out. In fact, I have a house full of fidget spinners. The thing with light colors, I don't like to draw attention to myself. I do struggle with GAD, which is general anxiety disorder. One of the things I don't like is I don't like people staring at me. So if you have something in your hand that's really bright colors, people do look over and go, what is that? If you have something that's a dark color, nobody notices it. Plus, the smaller it is, the easier it is for me to do it actually in public without people really like, hey, what are you doing, or drawing any kind of attention. I'm very anti-attention to myself. It actually drives me a little bit bonkers. So having one of these when I'm doing my phone calls for work or when I'm doing my emails for work next to me, it helps me be able to focus on something else other than just the stress of what I'm doing even at the time. One of the nice things with Adderall, because I am very pro medication, whether it's Visine, whether it's Adderall, whether it's Ritalin, is medication for ADHD. It does definitely help the fireworks stop in your head. But having different activities around you that you can do also helps that focus to be able to bounce all around. So I can be doing a phone call and I can be playing with this at the same time. And it's very calming, it's very soothing. It's very almost like a warm feeling of, okay, like I'm at home, I'm at peace with myself. The more that I sit and play with it, it gives me something to fidget and pick with my hands. Because of anxiety, a lot of times we'll pick our lips or we'll pick our nails or we'll bite our nails or we're picking our skin or we're picking, our upper arm skin. This gives me something to do with my hands to keep that movement sometimes going that I need it to be. Otherwise, I'm going to actually be, in a sense, almost self-harming myself because I'm picking at myself and I'm picking at my nails and I'm ripping them off. Well, instead of doing that to my body, I just sit here and spin these around in a big circle. And then you try and do a little fun moves and, the one thumb, and then there's so much that you can do with it that it gives you that additional focus. I'm a firm believer in fidget spinners. I'm a firm believer in fidget cubes, especially if you're even traveling, if you're in a environment that you're not able to do a whole lot or even get up and walk around when you need to. Just having the extra movement around you, it helps. It allows your brain to almost focus in. And it's even easier for me to do this video, having this going, than it is without it, because otherwise I'm scattered in my thoughts. Well, I'm focused on the camera and I'm focused on my fidget spinner. And it's like, hey, all right, I can do this. So if you've never tried a fidget spinner before, I mean, they're not expensive. I like to go with the metal ones, not the plastic ones, because, well, I am not the easiest on my stuff. So this is a metal one, so it doesn't break very easily. I have been known to taking these apart too, which isn't probably the best thing because I can never get them to work again after I do. And this one's actually kind of hard for me to take apart. So this is actually my preferred one out of all of them, just because of the size of how small it is. I do have big hands, but it's actually rather small. It's black, nobody sees it. And so if I go out in public and I'm just having a rough time, I just take this with me. I can spin it while I go through the store and do my shopping. I can take it where I'm at an RV show and I'm having just a struggling time because I'm around a bunch of people. I can actually focus in on this and not focus on everything that's going on around me. If you haven't tried one before, definitely try it. I mean, it's worth the $12, $15 investment over, anything else I found out there. But these and fidget cubes, best things ever freaking invented. And I know it was a fad that it was like really cool to have all these different fidget spinners. But I can tell you this, if you struggle with anxiety, you struggle with ADHD, and you never played with one of these before, get one of these. You can end up, taking it anywhere you want. And it gives you something else to focus on other than your thoughts. So it's extremely helpful. I love them. I suggest them. If you don't have one, at least try one, because everything in life is trial and error to find out what works for us. What works for me may not work for you. I have to always keep the packaging that these come in. If I don't keep the packaging and it almost like new, because of how I am, I freak out. At least this, I don't lose them. Otherwise, I do lose them. So I do suggest, if you do have kind of that OCD side to you and that very anal retentive side to you, keep all the packaging, because it's so much more comforting to put it there. Especially if you can't find it, then anytime you lose something, you have that panicking feeling. If you at least you keep the packaging that it all comes in and keep it together, then you can always find it, and it makes it so much easier when you need it. Down below, I have all the descriptions and links to all the different social medias that we're on. We are starting a nonprofit. There is a Patreon account out there for Driven Industries, and it's going into Driven Together, which is our nonprofit that we're forming. Essentially, people helping people, helping with our Discord community and growing that, and really giving people the middleman when it comes to, really, you're going to see your doctor, to the crisis hotline. What do you do in between when you need that help and support? That's where we actually fill it. And if you want to be part of it, feel free to join our Patreon. The link's down below. Our podcasts are down below. If you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button, click the like and subscribe button. Comment down below if you found a tool that's worked for you, that's helped you with anxiety, that's helped you with your ADHD, that's even helped you with triggers for PTSD or anxiety or panic attacks. The more that we share the tools that we have found that work, the more that we can help anybody out there struggling. And that's what it's about. It's about togetherness. It's a we thing. It's a us thing, together every single day. If you haven't clicked that like and subscribe button, click it. Love to have you along for the journey.